Yo, what's up guys, I'm Yannick from the Producer School, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make vocal chops like Martin Garrix. I will show you some little tips and tricks that Garrix uses to create these vocal chops, and if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, and without further ado, let's get straight into this. If you want to check out some Martin Garrix style presets and samples, then check out our latest pack called Garrix, which is a really great bundle containing a sample pack, presets for Serum and Silent One, project files, MIDI files, and much more. You can check them out on our website theproducerschool.com or use the link in the description. For the vocal chops, you of course need one thing, and that are some vocals. I downloaded some vocals on Splice, which is a site you can use to download samples from. And the great thing about Splice is that the vocals are royalty free, which means you can use them in your track without giving royalties to the singer. But if you don't have Splice, you can use another trick, and that is to use an a cappella from an original song, but then make sure you change it so much you can't recognize the original track anymore. What Garrix likes to do is to reverse the vocals so they are not recognizable anymore, and he also pitches them, which I will show you later. But let's start off with reversing them. I already reversed this sample, but we will just click this button over here to reverse it again. For this tutorial I'll be using a melody we made from a previous tutorial, which sounds like this. If you want to know how to make melodies like these, then make sure to check out this video over here. The next thing you want to do is to open up the Fruity Slicer, which is a really basic but cool plugin in FL Studio. You can load the vocal sample with this button over here and then select load sample, but you can also just drag the vocal in here and then it slices automatically. With this button over here you can pitch shift the vocal. I pitched it 8 semitones so it's in key with the chords and the melody of my track. Once you put a vocal in, the Fruity Slicer automatically slices the vocal for you, and as you can see there are tons of parts of the vocal which you can use to create a melody. Then let's go to the piano roll over here from the Fruity Slicer, and as you can see there are tons of slices. And creating vocal chops is something that you just have to do a lot to get a feeling for it. You have to find the right slices of the vocal, and with some vocals it works better than other vocals. And there are two things you can do. One of them is to just create a random melody on top of the chords which is in key, or you can get another reference melody from your track like this one. And then create vocal chops in the same notes as this melody. And that's what I'm going to do today. So let's go back again to the vocal chops and let's find some nice slices. I think this one sounds alright. Let's play it. And as you can hear, this vocal slice is really off key. And you can fix that by going to the control panel over here and then select note fine pitch. Then you can use this slider over here to fine pitch it, and let's make this a little bit bigger. And every block over here means one semitone down, and if you put it all the way down like this is 12 semitones, so it's an octave, and for up it's the same. So let's find the right note by just replaying this. It takes some time, but eventually you will get a nice melody. It's pretty easy to hear if the note sounds off. I think this one sounds alright, but make sure you stay on these blocks, because otherwise you'll get half a semitone and that sounds off key. So this sounds alright. Let's find a next slice for the next part of the melody. We can use this note, but let's find another slice. and it sounds in key. For the next note, let's find another one. Sounds pretty cool. I think we have to lower this a bit. I'm gonna do another note and then I will fast forward this because otherwise it will take a lot of time. This one sounds really weird actually, but I think maybe if we pitch this right, it sounds cool. That will just fast forward this part where I'm searching for the right tones of the vocal chops. Because otherwise this video will take a lot of time and yeah, that's just boring to watch. I finally find the right tones for the vocal chops and they finally sound like this. Right now this sounds pretty stretchy and like really dry. But we're gonna fix this right now because we're gonna apply some effects to this. Load it into a mixer channel and the first thing I'm going to apply is a basic EQ. Let's cut out some of the low frequencies that we don't need. And as you can see over here, there's a lot of high end for this vocal chops. So let's lower down some of the high end. Like these really sharp notes at the top. Let's boost some of the mid frequencies because I think there's missing some body and character of the vocal chops. And let's duck in some more high end. Now I'm gonna apply a compressor called the glue. You can also use the Fury standard compressor, but I really like the glue. Let's lower down the threshold. It's doing some compression but not that much. The other settings like attack, ratio and release, I will leave them as they are. Maybe add a little bit of makeup gain. And now comes the fun part and that's the reverb, so it doesn't sound dry anymore. Let's make a bigger size. And let's lower down the dry knob a bit so it sounds a bit more like in the background of a track. If we put this all the way down, it sounds like this. If you want it really in the background of your track, then put this all the way down, but I'm just going to put this up just a little bit down from the original. And with this button over here, you can control the low cut of the vocal. And I usually turn this up a little bit because I don't want low end in my reverb, which can fuck up the mix. Let's do it like this. And let's also add a delay on top of this. Let's leave the time like this. Let's lower down the feedback volume and the cutoff frequency and the input as well. So that's basically it, how you can create vocal chops like Martin Garrix. Of course you can do more crazy stuff like adding a form and shifter on the vocal and automate it. But that's something I could show in another video. If you guys would like to see that, let me know. And the chords, lead sound and vocal chops all together sound like this. And these vocal chops are a really good idea to fill up a lot of space in your track, especially in the breakdowns. If you don't have access to a professional vocalist, then you can use some folk jobs like these. Let us know in the comments what we should do next time, and I'll see you in the next video.